We're going to keep on moving. I do want to remind everybody at midnight tonight, we're launching the Maximum Essential Omega-3, today's special that we only get to do once a year. Right. It is the greatest, biggest, best value ever on one of Andrew's most popular products. It's the only time in the entire year we do a 750 cap bottle of it. So get ready. We all can't wait to stock up on that. We'll get you all the details on that coming up in about 40 minutes. But coming up next, we're going to talk about circulation and vein support. This is another product people absolutely love. I know it's another one that is one of your best sellers, a top reorder product. It's a huge customer pick. There are thousands of reviews on HSN.com.
2,417.
Yeah, I think close to 2,000 are perfect 5-star.
Yeah, 1,942 are perfect 5-star. So again, about 80% of the reviews, over 80% of the reviews are perfect 5-star reviews. Well over 90%, close to 95% are positive reviews. It's a product that there's really nothing like it available anywhere else in America. It's a product that originally came from Europe. Over 50 years ago, the key ingredient in this product, the principal ingredient, something called diosmin, was being used and recommended by doctors for their patients for the healthy circulation in their legs. It's something that has a wide body and decades of clinical research, clinical studies, clinical support. So it's not some plant-based botanical ingredient without any scientific support, abundant scientific support. And it's one of those things that if you're human, you stand upright, and the circulation in our feet, our ankles, our calves, it's generally as we get older, or depending on what we have to do for work, it's uncomfortable, it's oftentimes unattractive, and we just think, we throw up our hands, we think there's nothing we can do about it. But there actually is, and that's why I encourage you to read the reviews on this product. We'll talk about the benefits you can expect, but the reviews speak volumes. If I have a product that's referred to as a godsend, as a miracle, as astounding, surprising, and these are the words used in reviews, and we don't pull out the bad reviews. So the fact that 95% of these reviews are positive reviews and over 80% are perfect 5-star reviews, it's because that's how the product works. It's not going to work perfectly for everyone, but apparently based on the reviews, almost everyone. So it's an opportunity to do something in an area that we generally don't expect to be able to do anything. And we've taken that ingredient out of Europe, and we've only improved this product. We've been doing this product for almost 20 years. And again, as I said, I wish there were other products like it because it would mean more people were benefiting, but unfortunately there's nothing like this available in the U.S.
Yeah, the beauty of this product, if you're taking it, you already know this. I've been taking this for years. I love this product because first of all, you notice the difference in the way your legs look, your legs, your ankles, your calves, and your feet. You will notice a difference in the way they look, and most importantly, in the way they feel. So if you have a job, or if you throughout the day, if you sit a lot, or if you stand a lot, you definitely can benefit by taking this. We call it the nurse's product because a nurse is an example of a job. They are required to be on their feet all day to do their job. If you work in retail, and by the end of the day, your legs are fatigued, they are exhausted. When we take this product, we find that our legs have an entire sense of just well-being about them, of rest. It's amazing. Your legs don't have that heavy feeling that they used to have. And the truth is, so many women, you read the reviews, there are almost 2,000 perfect 5-star reviews on this. Women talk about the fact they're wearing skirts again. They're going without stockings again. They're showing their legs again because their legs look so much better. And it does make sense. I mean, if your veins and your capillaries are toned in your legs are going to look better. You're going to have better circulation. That's what these products do. So it's really a smart product to take. I think you're going to absolutely love it. A lot of the girls who work here at HSN have started taking this because we stand a lot for our job for hours on end. A lot of times we're standing in high heels for hours on end, and it does really, it really wreaks havoc with your legs.
I take it because I notice a difference in how I recover from my activity, and I'm someone who I can go out and ride my mountain bike for 3 hours or go for a run or a hike for an hour or two or longer. But then I come home and I'll sit in front of my computer for 10 hours straight. Not a good idea, but if I don't take this product, I notice what a bad idea it is. And I think many of us have jobs that force us to sit too long or to stand too long. And the simple aging process affects these tissues. Our heart is pumping enormous volumes of blood constantly down to our lower extremities. And unfortunately, there's no pumps down there. And the only way that fluid gets back is by pumping more fluid and blood behind it. It's no wonder our veins enlarge. It's no wonder our feet, ankles, and calves enlarge over the course of the day and over the course of our lives. But I was going to read some reviews because they speak volumes. And again, I probably sound like a broken record, but we don't pull out the bad reviews. So the fact that, I mean, we have on my products, I think by now over 50,000 reviews. And again, those reviews are over 90% positive.
Yeah.
If we make a product that's badly reviewed, we make it go away and we change it until it satisfies you. So it's nothing other than my desire to make products that are well reviewed. That's what we try to do here. So here we go. Good results. I ordered this for my daughter who has spider and varicose veins in her legs. She started taking this product hoping for the best. After about 3 weeks of taking it, she started noticing a decrease in the leg discomfort, discoloration, and varicose veins getting less noticeable. She is very pleased with the results and will continue to take it. Thank you, Andrew, for all of your wonderful products.
Nice.
Amazing. This product is absolutely amazing. It started working within 2 weeks. You can expect it to work that quickly. My legs were swollen and tight as a drum, always felt cold, and they looked like bowling pins. I'm 53 and overweight, but I've been going to the gym and my legs have always been a struggle. I cannot stress enough how great this product is. You will not be disappointed. I've had my family watching the change in my veins and legs. I've tried so many different things that didn't work. This product is a lifesaver. I highly recommend it. You will not be disappointed. It is worth every penny to me. Thank you for a great product from Elena in New Jersey. You take just 2 capsules a day.
Yep.
No need to take 3.
Yep.
It works. I used to wake up at night with leg cramps so bad I'd cry, and the muscles would be sore for several days. Since using this circulation and vein support, the only time I've had a cramp is when I know I've allowed myself to become dehydrated. I think I had the early signs of restless leg syndrome, but since using circulation and vein support, I can relax and not feel the need to keep moving. Thanks, Andrew Lessman. I use several of your products and haven't found anything bad about any of them.
Great.
These reviews are very representative of hundreds of other reviews like them. The difference in my veins is extraordinary. I wish I had taken pictures before I started taking this, but the size of my veins has shrunk and I'm loving it. I have not had twinges of discomfort in my legs since starting this. I wish I had bought the largest bottle.
Yep.
Awesome. By the way, there won't be a Today Special on this until 2018.
Whoa.
So this will be the best pricing, this weekend special pricing will be the best pricing until 2018 when we do a Today Special.
Yeah, take advantage of it, girls and guys.
Awesome. I really love this circulation vein support. I was having trouble with my legs and veins. I remembered that my sister told me she had taken this for many years. Her legs are wonderful with no signs of any vein problem or any varicose veins popping out like I have. So I decided that I needed to order some of these, and they have done wonders. I'm on my 2nd bottle and will continue to take them. Do a couple more. Outstanding product. I bought this product due to positive reviews, but I had no idea it would work as well as it has. My legs hurt so badly at night that I could not sleep. My feet were swelling also. This product is amazing. No more discomfort in my legs and feet, and the veins in my legs that were protruding are not anymore. You will see results in a short time also. I will never be without this product. Last one. Not a day without it. Works so well. I wrote a review a couple of years ago saying that my varicose veins were shrinking and spider veins disappearing after taking this product for 2 to 3 months. My legs look even better now, and I'm assuming the benefits are for all veins, not just legs, and that's a proper assumption. But again, it's one of those things, those changes are just part of the human experience. This is not a disease. I mean, the changes in our legs, the changes in the circulation, the blood vessels in our legs, it's kind of like the wrinkling in our skin. It's just something that goes with the territory. But this is something you can make a difference about. You can optimize the way the veins in your legs function and the way they look. You can. And that's what the reviews, again, on this product say. We don't pull out the bad reviews. So the fact that there's almost 2,000 5-star reviews out of 2,400 or so reviews, that's just the fact that the product works and works very well.
It really does. I hope you're going to try it. I think you're going to be so impressed with this when you start taking it.